It's time to begin. How is everyone doing today? Hello, my dear traders. How are you doing today? Wonderful Monday. Wow, today is the what's it called? This 11th of November. This holiday that is kind of an official holiday, to be honest, and it is celebrated in China. I mean, kind of originated in China, I assume, and then it spread all over the world. So it's called this. Well, what's the right word? Like the solitary day, or like basically, it's a prequel to Black Friday, which is due in I think 2 weeks now, the 25th, or yeah, I think it should be the 25th of November. So here we are, the 11th of November, 1111, and it is Monday, the first day of the week. So welcome, and I would like to begin this webinar with something really extraordinary, really interesting, something that I spoke a little bit before. So this I cannot really call it like a meme coin. It's rather this tapping thing. Like you basically have to tap, and by tapping you get you make certain points. So it's called so this game is called Hamster Combat, and a few months back, I think on the around 26th or 25th of September, they launched this game. They well, not this game, but they went public. And once they went public, they basically hold on a second. Are we live? I think we are live, right? Are we? Yes. We should be live now, I think. Public, they basically. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just checked. I should be visible and I should be audible. All right. All right. Here we are. All right. Now everything is good. I just made sure that. Well, Mr. Yogesh Singh, first of all, I want to congratulate you. Your analysis of Bitcoin last week was absolutely accurate. Well, thank you so much for your kind words. But first of all, congratulates to everyone who profited off of that. And I mean, I only speak facts. I do not kind of speculate. I really laid out the picture that was there on Bitcoin on last Monday. Basically, that was still one day, about 36 hours away from the election. From the election date, that's where I opened a few more positions on this account, but of course I have a number of accounts, but that's another story. But basically on this account I also opened these 3 trades here, and basically now we are trading. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 green days, except maybe, I don't know, this one. So on some platforms it's also marked as green, but it depends, because some platforms they consider a full day on UTC plus 0, so basically Britain time, London time, and then other platforms they consider it UTC plus 2 or UTC plus 3. So it kind of a little bit of like this divergence in colors might be due to the fact that some platforms consider one full day when it's one full day in England, or one full day in their like other country. I don't know, like maybe Dubai time, or sometimes it's New York time. So it varies. But irrespective of that fact, yes, I did this. I mean, I'm taking the credit for this analysis. Yes, of course. So that was a perfect combination of technical analysis plus fundamental analysis. So in such situations, such cases, they do not really happen that often. They do not take place that often. But of course, maybe once every 2-3 months, you have a situation of a near guaranteed win, and especially it's not just this chance. Like when you make when you make sports bets, if you bet on a winner, then basically your probability of profitable outcome is high, but at the same time the reward is low. But in trading, and why I like trading so much is in such situations, not only your probability of a winning trade is very high, is extremely high, it's like through the roof, but also your potential reward or like potential price move is also so high. So it's kind of like this two out of two, killing two birds with one stone, which is not very common. For example, if you are in the sports betting environment. I know I'm trying to come up with a metaphor, and that's the only one I can come up with right now. But nonetheless, here we are. So, following Bitcoin's moves, almost all, with a few exceptions, but most cryptocurrencies, of course, they rose. And something interesting that I was talking a lot about was this hamster combat. So there was this after the initial ICO on the 26th of September, the price dropped towards 0.0, I don't know, like 0.0022, let's say. And then I was saying that something like this might sometimes happen, and finally did. But it needed this boost. It needed this something. It needed fuel. Now the fuel finally got received there, and boom, this push. In 2 days, it jumps almost 300%, so 3 times. Now, another story that I want to cover, of course, is Ethereum. And I spoke about Ethereum, and I said that it would be outpacing Bitcoin if Bitcoin breaks above that previous all-time high. And this is exactly what happened. So Bitcoin, after Trump's election, the election day, it went up by approximately 18%, more or less, close to 20%. Now Ethereum is up almost 30%. So see the difference, feel the difference. And of course, those other ones, like of course Dogecoin, it's like up 100%. Something that actually I missed this trading idea. I mean, even though sometimes I can predict markets pretty well, sometimes I just, it's almost impossible to track everything. And I kind of missed on this opportunity. I didn't really kind of add 1 and like 2 plus 2. I kind of missed on that. And basically, yeah, of course, because Elon Musk now is in the headquarters. He's now one of the closest allies of Donald Trump, and basically now, of course, he's one of the main beneficiaries. That is why, of course, Tesla is up almost, let's see how many, like up by almost 30%, maybe even more. Yeah, close to 30%, maybe even more. Let's do the maths. No, it's up. It's actually up by 30%. 30%. It's up 30%. So it's now also again making Elon Musk one of the richest men in the world. I think he's probably on place 3 or 4, something like this, maybe even 2. I don't know, but he's basically, of course, in the top 5 most richest people in the world. Right. So we spoke about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum. Others include, Cardano. It's up 1, 2, 3. Again, how many green days in a row? Of course, this is all. This all is the result of the outcome of the election. Trump got elected. He's not president yet. Joe Biden will still be president until late January 2025, and Trump will be inaugurated. I think it should take place around the 25th of January, and and then we are going to see how the story unfolds next. Let me quickly reload my platform, just to avoid any kind of lagging in transmission of the signal. So yeah, pretty much everything, all cryptos, no matter which one we check, Ethereum, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, okay, also up 30%. Solana, wow, Solana is also up 30%. Well, almost all of them are up between 20 and 60, 50%. I don't know, depending on. So some of them aren't okay, but still, I mean, like this one, yeah, another 30, 40%. Except maybe a few exceptions, right? Toncoin is one of the few exceptions. I think it's up approximately 15%. It's kind of slow. Binance coin is also quite just up 10%. Now, what is the next strategy, right? So what do we do next? Well, to be honest, we have basically two strategies now in such situation. So search for ideas like this one, Moonbeam, something that hasn't increased in price yet. Maybe it has increased a little bit, maybe up 10%. So maybe such cryptocurrencies, such assets will be catching up, kind of going with the flow, going with the main leaders, with together with hand in hand with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others. And well, I mean, Ripple. I have a position on Ripple. It's probably one of the worst positions. I hate it because basically I've been holding Ripple in my other accounts for a long time, and it's one of those worst performing coins. But it is so tempting to enter Ripple because basically it is so clear that at 0.5 or 50 cents per Ripple, someone is buying it, but it's just not growing. It's just not growing in price. It's kind of stuck around this level of 50 cents. All right, so Stellar, very slow, 10% up, 10%. What about this Kusama? All right, also kind of up 20%, but looks pretty dead. So we have two strategies, as I said, like this one, Uniswap, 1 to 2 green days. Now it's kind of red. I don't know. It's very, very hard to tell which ones are gonna be actually going up further. I don't know. Polygon, okay, Polygon up 50%. But of course, all eyes on Bitcoin because it is the market leader right now. And well, frankly speaking, I still believe that it has potential of going all the way up to 110. So between 110 and $120,000. And no, I'm not crazy. So let me explain to you why I think so. Because there is this very common cup and handle pattern in the technical analysis, and it goes like this. So we have this uptrend like we do here, and then you have this, well, we call it like wedge or flag, a wedge or a flag, and usually the size or the length of upwards trend following a breakout usually equals this entry trend. So let's imagine we started off here at 25,000 and we climbed all the way to 70,000. So 70 minus 25, that is approximately 45,000, or let's say 40,000. Now, where did the breakout point took place? So breakthrough took place at around 70,000. So we need to add, let's be conservative here in this regard. So plus 40,000, that takes us to approximately $110,000 per one Bitcoin. So that is, I think, where we are going with this. But of course, we have this, of course, now initial excitement following Trump's victory. I think in the next few weeks, the markets are going to be cooling off and maybe taking some pause. And then, of course, later in December, we might see the so-called New Year rally. And of course, towards the inauguration in late January 2025, so next year, we might see further price increases. So, but that will be next year. And then afterwards, I don't know, it's, I think now many big institutional funds, which I spoke about last week and the week before and the week before, now they are already enjoying some profits, but they are not here. They didn't enter into this market. They didn't enter this market in order to just, make, say, 20%, 30% profits. No, they are here to make huge profits. So this big money is here. They are in the game already. And given the fact that we also have certain scarcity now of supply of Bitcoin on the market, we might see future increases in price. And I think 110,000, 120, 30. I would say that we might see 200,000 by the end of next year. I would not be surprised if that is the case, because it can absolutely happen. Given I mean, in the long run, I do not really see so much value in Bitcoin, because I still don't understand how you can really put it in use. Like, you can't really use it so much because it's basically one of the oldest, not just one, but it is the oldest ledger that is available on the crypto market. And those modern ones like Solana, Polygon, and so on and so forth, they are much more progressive, and they have so many. Their capacity for transactions is once again also huge. So yeah, right. But speculative with fundamental, with now Bitcoin and Ethereum becoming some form of digital money, digital gold. So that can basically that can actually push these prices somewhere towards 150, maybe 200,000. And I mean, like right now, its overall market capitalization is $1.6 trillion, whereas gold's market capitalization is, I think, top 10 assets by market cap. Let's have a look at one of my favorite websites. So it gives us some perspective on what about. So gold, 17.8 trillion, and Bitcoin, wow, 10 times less. So I would not be surprised if, fundamentally, Bitcoin could be valued somewhere around 3 trillion, maybe 5 trillion. That is not something from science fiction movies. That is quite realistic in my opinion. So we might see it double or triple in the next few maybe months, maybe I would say within 1 year. All right, so I see questions about Euro USD and Brent. Well, Euro USD, once again, I was 100% right. I said it, I was saying this, I said it so many times already. Fundamental factors, right? And also Trump's win in this election is also not in the favor of the European Union, not in favor of the European economy. Now, the European economy is having right now very difficult times, very hard times. And as I said, I was quite surprised when the euro tried to push towards 1.12, towards 1, and for a breakout. Of course, that was that almost never going to succeed, because then we also had this resistance level at around 1.13. So it was mission impossible for the euro to break above 1.12. Now, Europe is in big trouble right now, the European economy. There is no cheap Russian gas. They need to import natural gas from the United States at 4 times, 5 times it's from what they were paying before. Oil they need to pay. Like basically, Europe doesn't have resources to remain competitive the way they used to be. Now, if you read some financial press, if you watch some analysts from Europe or from all over the world, they all have this consensus that Europe is in deep trouble, is in big trouble. And not far, like last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, like almost every week we have news coming out from Europe about bankruptcies, about Volkswagen closing some factories and laying off their employees. It's Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, like basically all German industry is in big trouble. And the euro is, say, 50% is Germany. So the euro represents how things are in the European economy and namely in the German economy. Because if German economy is in trouble, then all the European economy is in trouble. They are so much intertwined, interconnected that one cannot, you cannot have a thriving European economy, the European Union, and then you have problems with the German economy. It's impossible. It's impossible. All right. Now the euro, we might see a quick and we can see this in the Trump election, right? So boom, the very direct. So why did the euro lost so much in price compared to the US dollar? Well, because Trump said, and he obviously said it, he openly said it, that he is not going to be so much supportive of the current European policies regarding the war in Ukraine, regarding NATO membership, and that Europe needs to increase their military spending, and also he might increase tariffs on European goods. So it's basically one negative factor after another. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 negative factors and absolutely 0 positive factors for Europe. At least that's what's coming. This is what's coming from Trump's rhetoric. Now, is he really going to implement all those policies when he comes into the office? That is another question. But from his current speeches, that's what he's talking about. And as I said before, many times, markets live by expectations. So it's not something that is about to happen in future. Not happen. It's not something that is happening today, but it's something that is very likely to happen in the future, right? That is why we are seeing this collapse in the euro. Before that, it was kind of slow, so the euro lost 4 figures, so from 1.12 down to 1.08 in 1 month, and here we lost 3 figures in just 5 days of trading, and this is not the end. I would not be surprised if this level of support does not hold the pressure. So the question is from Yogesh, any fresh entry price Euro USD? Yeah, of course. Just on every pullback, because they will be happening. See, it drops like this, makes a pullback, and you sell on those pullbacks. Do not. Okay. Another strategy, of course, is to sell on new lows when the price breaks below a new low. But I prefer to sell on pullbacks when you have a well-defined trend. And I think here this trend was well-defined. Let's see Fibonacci. And when you have a trend, of course, Fibonacci is our good friend. And as you can see, so we drop, so this high, we connected with this low, and then the price goes up and 0.5 or 0.61. So 50 and 61 or 62 are the strongest levels in the Fibonacci sequence, and then we see it. So the strategy here is to indicate, to find, to look, to search for such pullbacks and to enter, to sell on such pullbacks. It is as easy as that. Just sell it, and once it makes another pullback, maybe some round numbers like 1.075. I love this number. So sell it, previous level. So now euro, I do not see anything that can save the euro from actually dropping to the parity level. So the parity level is here. So we saw it in late 2022, so almost 2 years back. It was already trading below 1, below the parity level between the US dollar and the euro. And I would not be surprised if in the coming days, in the coming months, no, not days of course, but in the coming weeks and days, closer towards Trump's election, we might see this. So one, yeah, almost inevitable. Mark my words. I mean, like, it's just, again, technical plus fundamental. And also take into consideration the amount of the so-called, well, on the technical terms, it's called open interest. So it's the number of open positions that were opened here in this long range. So once price breaks out or breaks above or breaks down from this range, from such ranges, then of course you see a very sharp decrease in price. And this is what's about to happen, to take place. I think almost inevitable. All right. There was one more question also about Brent. So Brent 72. Well, frankly speaking, I still consider 70 to be a pretty strong support level for Brent. I do not think that we can break easily below 70. So whenever you see a strong level, so buy it here. Price drops towards 70, you buy here and you hold it, hoping to sell it at 75 or maybe 80. So this approach doesn't really change for me. It kind of remains the same, because whenever you have a kind of lack of a trend, but instead you have this kind of sideways movement, that is your best strategy. You just kind of trade inside this range, and that's it. So we have this triangle. This triangle, it's like this. So when we might see a breakout above 80, we might see a breakdown below 70, but I mean, just count how many times you could have made money, and then of course 1 or 2 losing trades out of 5, 6 winning trades with a relatively short stop loss. The mathematics is on your side. So when you trade following technical analysis and you follow the rules of trading, so basically you have so everything is on your side, to be honest. Hello, Mr. Tumelo. Hello to South Africa. I can't make a deposit. Well. So I can't really answer your question because I don't know the details about your account, but you can text customer support and they, I think they will be able to help you out with that. Okay, gold. Well, as I said, a lot of pressure of the economy and the world was lifted when Trump got elected, when he won the election. Now the whole world the whole financial world is being euphoric, and right now we see gold price drop from 2,800 already down to 2,650 because, well, there is a very simple fact, because the price of gold is now an indicator of fear, and it is demonstrating to us right now that investors are kind of they aren't as scared as they were maybe a few weeks back when gold prices were kind of going up. So the whole world, I mean, like the whole political world and the whole financial world is kind of looking right now at Trump and hoping that he is actually that person who will be able to resolve many issues in the world. And that is why they're looking at him and they're like, all right, so maybe this guy can do something. So that is why this is the fundamental explanation why, for example, gold prices are dropping. So gold price is an indicator of fear right now. But in the long run, I can easily see that I can almost 100% guarantee chance that within next year we are gonna see gold at 3,000 and more, because we are just we were less than 10% away from that target price. So now we are approximately 12% away from that target price. 3,000 easily and almost guaranteed 99% chance that gold is going to reach that level in 2025, and if maybe even sooner, because it's just 10%. It's not much actually, given the current speed, the current pace of the trend. Now, one final comment which I want to make is about USD GPY. Of course, why USD GPY and why I, for example, ignore other assets. So, for example, like, I mean, like you can still trade USD CAD, but I just like USD GPY because it is so volatile. Okay, so I was really expecting that it can drop even further down. Now it's kind of on the rise. Can it hit 155, 156? Yes, of course. I mean, like if the question is can it? Well, it certainly can, because it looks like also Trump's election didn't really has not yet affected this currency pair as much as it did in regards to Euro USD. But I think fundamentally also the US dollar and the American economy is now once again is probably in the best shape or going to be compared to the Japanese economy, the European economy, so the allies of the United States, and now among all of them, the US is looking as the best example here. Alrighty, so my dear traders, I think this is going to be it. We have spoken quite a bit about cryptocurrencies, about some currencies, some currency pairs, some fundamental factors. I would like to wish you a wonderful trading week. Do not forget that you can request a consultation if you're a free consultation from one of our specialists who speaks your language. I can speak English, which is of course not my native language, as you can tell from my accent. But we have people, we have guys here in the team, guys and girls who speak Hindi, Arabic, Spanish, Portuguese, Vietnamese, Thai, Indonesian, and some other language, Tamil also, which is one of the official languages in India, I guess. So we speak 10 plus languages, and you can always find someone who speaks your language. So just write to customer support that you would like to have a consultation with your financial analyst, and they will be happy to hook you up with that person, and they will provide you a free Zoom consultation where you can talk about they can talk about your trades, you can talk about your questions, and so on and so forth. Now, please consider hitting that like button to this webinar and check out our schedule for this upcoming week. We have webinars, we have trading webinars every day in various languages, of course, but it's every day. So 2 streams per week in every language. Other than that, this is it. Guys, have a wonderful trading week, and let's see which prices we will see next Monday. I don't know. So I need my this magic ball. All right. See you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.